Sherry. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
You don't want to do the key? I can
No,
do
no, no.
voucher.
No, I don't. Not just. Yeah, I know. Yeah. You, I'll
Slash it after. Slash it after. Yeah, I'll do that. I know that was easy. We've practiced that many times. Yeah. We'll do a voucher.
Oh, my love is like a red, red rose. It's newly sprung in June.
Mon amour est une mélodie, jouée en douce harmonie.
Mein Lieb, so schmuck und schön du bist, so sehr auch lieb ich dich.
Te seguiré amando, querida, aunque los mares se tornen desiertos.
Prędzej wyschną morza i oceany, prędzej słońce roztopi nagie skały.
我的宝贝儿，直到那时，我将爱你依旧，直到我生命尽头。
तो चलता हूँ मैं अब ओ मेरी मोहब्बत अभी के लिए कहता हूँ अलविदा.
And I will come again, my love, though it were 10,000 miles.
Hello, bonjour, welcome, Falcha. My name is Jane Torrance, and I'm the chair of the Scottish Society. I'd like to welcome you today to beautiful All Saints Events Centre, downtown Ottawa, also known as Scottawa, for those of us who love the Scottish Society, and I hear some really good groans and laughs here. But I'd like to welcome you to this event today. We are really so proud to be able to celebrate Robbie Burns and the 225th sad anniversary of his death, but the 225th anniversary of his beautiful poetry and the beautiful occasion that we have to meet today in this beautiful location, and to think about traveling between pubs as we continue our celebration today. It's going to be a great day. We're going to have a lot of fun, lots of activity. I'd really like to give a huge shout out to our largest sponsor, which is the City of Ottawa and the Heritage Fund. And throughout the day, you will see on the screen the other sponsors that we have. So thanks very much, and thanks for coming. Thanks to our members, to our guests, and to everyone who's tuning in. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Lisa McLeod is coming up next, and I'm going to introduce her. So welcome, Lisa. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much to everyone, and of course, thank you to you, Jane, not only for carrying on this important tradition, but for making sure that the Scottish heritage that we both enjoy in the City of Ottawa, our nation's capital, is alive and well. Want to say hello to all of our friends over at All Saints, over to Deacon Brody's, all of my friends at Deacon Brody's. I'm sure during this pandemic, some of you folks may have heard that I was able to liberate their whiskey from downtown to make it over to Deacon Brody's. And who says bureaucracy is tough? We were able to do that. I'm really excited for my friends over at Deacon Brody's, over at the Glen in Stittsville. I hope you guys are all having fun. And of course, halfway across the globe, welcome to Ottawa, bienvenue, fielte, and make sure that you enjoy this time. It's been a long 16 months, and Ontario has just yesterday entered into step 3, and I couldn't be more excited because, as you know, my sectors, heritage, sport, tourism, and culture industries, were first hit, hardest hit, and have taken the longest to recover in COVID-19. But hope is on the way, and of course, we get to celebrate that hope today with our very own Robbie Burns. 225 years after his passing, he still makes sure that, as we saw in the video earlier, that our heritage, our culture, our spirit, our Celtic Scottish spirit is alive and well, and it is spoken in many different languages around the world, and it is celebrated by so many. Big thanks to Robbie Burns, and of course all of the wonderful things, whether it's Red Rose or Auld Lang Syne or so many other incredible works of poetry that have brought us together. And of course, looking at that video, I'm reminded that Robbie Burns spoke to the world over, but Ontario, our province, is obviously the world in one province, the most diverse area in the world. And I'm really excited about the Bhangra dancing that's going to be mixed with the Highland dancing. I have been really proud to see that happen across this great country. And of course, to make sure that that part of our culture that reaches out to so many other peoples around the world, and including within our own nation's capital, is absolutely incredible. So I just hope today you all enjoy yourselves, and I know that some of us are together in person for the first time in many months, and we're in person together eating inside the second day we're able to do that in this great province, in order to celebrate. And I know that you're going to enjoy yourself. So to all of you, raise a dram, have a glass, and support one another. And thanks to all of the sponsors, including the City of Ottawa, but as your Minister of Heritage, Sport, Tourism and Culture Industries, as well as your local member of Provincial Parliament, and of course a proud McLeod myself, I want to wish you all a great afternoon. I know you've got a great schedule planned, and I'm looking forward to participating. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Mark Sherland, and I'm the president of the Robert Burns World Federation. The Robert Burns World Federation would like to congratulate the Scottish Society of Ottawa for its celebration of the life of Burns, particularly through the Burns 225 Rest in Poetry event series. This year commemorates the 225th anniversary of the death of Robert Burns, Scotland's national poet and the world's most popular bard, who died on July the 21st, 1796. His life from the 25th of January 1759 to the 21st of July 1796, whilst short, continues to be globally impactful. Burns remains popular today largely due to the themes and language of everyday life in his work. His poems were humorous, focusing on small subjects to express big ideas. Romantic, ecologically aware, addressing the human condition, radical, political, and religious, Burns touches on all these themes in his poetry of worldwide appeal. We hope you will use the opportunity to examine this worldwide legacy of Robert Burns, his influence on Scottish culture and the cultural heritage of Scots in Ottawa and the area during the Rest in Poetry events. On behalf of the Robert Burns World Federation, I would also like to extend an offer of membership to you, whether as an individual or family member. Please get involved. Thank you very much and enjoy the festival.
Winter, a Dirge by Robert Burns. The wintry west extends his blast, and hail and rain does blaw. O'er the stormy north sends driving forth the blinding sleet and snaw. While tumbling down, the burn comes down and roars frae bank to brae. And bird and beast in convert rest and pass the heartless day. The sweeping blast, the sky o'ercast, the joyless winter day. Let others fear, to me more dear than all the pride of May. The tempest howl, it soothes my soul, my griefs it seems to join. The leafless trees my fancy please, their fate resembles mine. Thou power supreme, whose mighty scheme these woes of mine fulfill, here firm I rest they must be best, because they are thy will. Then all I want, or do thou grant this one request of mine, since to enjoy thou dost deny, assist me to resign.
So we've just heard from Jenny Patinsky, who's the pipe major from the Almont Legion Branch 240 pipe band, and the wonderful dancers from Sherry Sharp's School of Dance. They were absolutely fantastic, but now we're going over to our friends at the Glen, and just wondering if you can see us. If you can, give us a wave.
I think that was just an excuse. I want to do a man for man, if that's okay with everybody. I missed it. This is a Burns celebration, so this is his most famous song. It's kind of, they have take pipe it into the haggis. Man's a man to all that.
Weren't those dancers fabulous over at the Glen? Thanks so much for bringing us that great entertainment. Absolutely stellar. Now we're going to go to Jane Brown, all the way from Dumfries in Scotland, at the Globe, world famous, the place of Robbie Burns, where he wrote his poetry and met with his gentleman friends to be able to think about everyday man and every woman as well. Anyway, welcome, Jane.
No, it's not flipped round. Welcome. I'm just going to flip back camera. Try that now. Here we go. Happy? Yep. Hello. Have you got me okay? Friendship makes us I mere happy. Friendship gives us all delight. Friendship consecrates the nappy. And friendship has brought you here tonight. Here we are at the Globe Inn in Dumfries, established in 1610, and where Robert Burns used to frequent. This is the room where Robert Burns would sit, and now this is his chair, the original chair that Robert Burns would have sat in. We have it here in the corner of the Globe Inn in Dumfries, and it's where many a buddy has sat in this chair and recited poems from Burns. And if they didn't do it, they'd have to buy everybody in the pub a drink. So that's the custom attached to this chair. It's lovely that we still have his chair. Round here, we're coming over to his wonderful case of his items. And if you come up close, Manny, you'll see a wonderful razor that Burns would have used in his day, a pocket book that he had, a piece of his bed that could tell many a story, I'm quite sure. Lots of medals that he had, and some of his drinking glasses and his drinking jug there. Round to this picture on the wall, and this is a picture of Burns' funeral procession in 1796. This is the centre of Dumfries, and you can see 12,000 people lined the streets on the day of his funeral. And he was escorted by what he called the Awkward Squad, the Royal Volunteers, taking him to the graveyard in Dumfries. But this has really had many a drink, and the panelling on the walls dates back to 1780 when Burns was here. We'll just go down the room and show you the wonderful fireplace and all the original panelling dating back to that time. It's just a wonderful place to be. And this table and chairs here in the middle of the room, this belonged to Robert Burns as well. So this is part of his furniture, which is really nice. Over here we have a bookshelf with some of his very rare collections, some of his books here, and we have his visitor's book that people used to sign in when they came to stay in the Globe because it was a coaching inn. So this is lovely to have this here. And as you can see, I'm dressed as his wife, Bonnie Jean Armour. I'm maybe not so Bonnie, but I'm Jean Armour tonight, just for you yourselves. And we're going to travel through into another room now. You just follow me. Again, where things would be cooked. This was as well. And up here we have the meat hooks in the ceiling where they would hang the chickens and hams and everything pertaining to that day. The lovely old serving jugs that you see here, this would have been used by those serving wenches, and they would fill up from high slanted barrels of ale, port, claret wine, mead, etc., because we could get all these items from a port that wasn't far here down our coast, the Solway coast, where 20,000 people emigrated to yourselves, to Canada and to America, to Australia, to New Zealand. It was a busier port than Port Glasgow and Liverpool for tobacco trade and immigration. And we're very lucky that the Dumfries had a coaching inn like the Globe in those times, where people could stay overnight before making their way down to the coast there to get on a ship to come to Canada and start a new life, where probably tonight some of your ancestors did that very thing and make a new life for themselves, which in turn has given you a new life, which is wonderful. Over here we have the old kitchen range that would have been used in Burns's time, and you can see the sway that comes out where they would hang the old kettle and pots and everything from. Luckily we have a new invention now. We have electricity and good cookers, gas agas, but it's lovely that they've kept this here in the globe with the old pots and pans and everything. So I think you'll agree the history is still being kept here. Now we're going to slowly move up to the bedroom where Robert Burns frequented and had an affair. And as we travel up, this is through this door, and we'll make our way upstairs. This is where Burns probably might have stayed the night. When we get up to the bedroom, you'll see why. Because he would travel from his duties as an excise man, and he perhaps couldn't make it to Elsland Farm where he stayed, so he would come and stay the night in here. Lovely creaking door, give it a bit of atmosphere here. Here we are, folks, in the bedroom. If you maybe just do a sweep of the bedroom with the camera, Mary, I'll come over here and speak to you from the bed, which just looks really comfortable, doesn't it? So, welcome to Burns' bedroom. This is the room where Robert Burns had an affair with Anna Park, who was the landlord's niece. And she gave birth to a baby girl 9 days before his wife Jean gave birth to a son. She died, Anna, and the baby was brought back to Jean Armour, me, to bring the baby up with her own children, most compassionate. And he wrote a song for Anna. Yestreen had a pint of wine, a place where body saw na. Yestreen lay on this breast of mine, the gowden locks of Anna. Come in thy raven plumage night, sun, moon and stars withdrawn na, and bring an angel pen to write my transport's way, my Anna. Absolutely beautiful. Also, this is a picture of his twa dogs here. He had two dogs, one called Louis and one called Caesar. Over here is might have been his desk, where he sat many a night writing letters or poems when he stayed overnight in the Globe. And this is a painting by Alexander Naismith, who was a landscape artist in Edinburgh when Burns lived there and became very friendly. And he made him pose for that portrait. And it sits in the Edinburgh Art Gallery, the original. Now there's a picture of Bonnie Jean Armour here with her granddaughter. I don't know if there is a likeness, but I wouldn't mind at all. Now what Burns was famous for was etchings on the windows. And when he was in the Globe, he etched 5 etchings on the windows, and 3 of them were removed in 1834 and given to Alloway, where Burns was born, to the exhibition up there. And the Globe celebrated 400 years in 2010, and we asked Historic Scotland, could we have the etchings back? But they said no, that we were allowed to trace them. So we're going to try, I'll bring the candle over and see if we can show these etchings. There's one there, you might see it, one down here, and one here, where the candle is. Now they're not originals, but we're very, very lucky to have 2 original etchings. And that one of them is up here in this pane up here. Hopefully you can see it. It says, "Oh lovely Polly Stewart, O charming Polly Stewart, there's no a flower that blooms in May, excuse me, that's half so fair as thou art. And the other one is here. Gin a body, meet a body, coming through the grain. Gin a body, kiss a body, the things a body's ain. So that's wonderful on there too. I hope you can see them. It's very difficult, excuse me, to see them in this light. I could perhaps maybe get another light and try and show them to you in a better way if we could, while I speak to you without my face. I've just taken this camera. There's a nice statue of Bonnie Jean there as well. The wonderful thing about doing the poetry on Anna Park was when I do it to ladies, one got very emotional and said to me, "You've made me very emotional with your poem. You've given me chicken pox." But I think she really meant goosebumps. It was very funny at the time. Maybe you had to be there. But anyway, this is wonderful. There we are. Yes, Trina had a pint of wine, a place where body saw now. Yes, Trina lay on this breast of mine, the gowden locks of Anna. Here we are. I don't know if we can. That's better. Just a wee bit higher with that light. That's it. There's the first one. Very, very special. And here we are. If you come down a wee bit more. The second one in there. To have these etchings are very special because Robert Burns did them. So that's what makes it really, really special for us. We've had lots of famous people sleep in this bed, different speakers that have come along to the Burns House Club. The Burns House Club are a club attached to the Globe, dated back to 1889, and they have their meetings here, and they have their library nights, etc. They're a men-only club, but they did make me a lady honorary member, which is a great honour indeed, and also the owner's wife at the time. So they have 2 lady honorary members, so no one can talk about them being a men-only club anymore. But they are wonderful. They called me the Venus de Milo of the Globe. Beautiful, but not all there. Maybe you can get a wee laugh about that. But the Globe is so special to everyone here in Dumfries because Robert Burns died and he's buried here in Dumfries. And the Globe caters for beautiful fine dining and also for great whisky, and it's attached to a distillery down in Annan where you can get your own Man o' Word whisky, which is Burns, or Man o' Sword, which is Robert the Bruce. Tastes amazing. It's done in different types of casks, so you would really, really enjoy it. But it's so nice that we've had you along here tonight and to be able to show you these rooms. I've spoken all over the world. The last time I was in Canada, I was at Halton Peel Burns Club and Niagara Falls, which was absolutely wonderful. And I've been to Toronto and Calgary and Medicine Hat, but never to Ottawa. So we'll have to do something about that and come over and see you. I would just like to say a wee toast to finish. Here's a bottle and an honest friend. What could you wish for mair man? Wha kens when his life may end, or what his share may be of care man. So catch the moments as they fly, and use them as you ought, man. Believe me, happiness is shy, and comes not aye when sought, man. So from Jean Armour here in the Globe Inn in Dumfries in Scotland, I wish congratulations on your this evening and hope you all have a wonderful time in your celebrations, and thank you so much for letting the Globe Inn, established 1610, the pub, the Burns House of Robert Burns, being part of your evening. Good night. Thank you very much.
Globe and the Robbie Burns Artifacts and Museum. What a wonderful comprehensive tour. We have been so blessed to see that. So thanks so much. And we look forward to hosting you in Ottawa when you join us here at the Scottish Society of Ottawa. Our next segment is Ronnie O'Byrne, who will be reciting the Epistle to a Young Friend. So over to Ronnie O'Byrne.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Ronnie O'Byrne, and I'm a director for the Robert Burns World Federation. On behalf of both the Burns Federation of Kilmarnock and the Robert Burns Association of North America, we'd like to wish the Scottish Society of Ottawa every success with their Burns 225 celebrations. This is Burns' poem, Epistle to a Young Friend. Burns had a colleague or a friend called Gavin Hamilton, and Burns offered this worldly advice to Gavin Hamilton's son, Andrew, as he was about to make his way in the world as a young man. Epistle to a Young Friend. Alang he thought my youthful friend, a something to his sense, though it should serve not either end than just a kind memento. But how the subject theme may gang, let time or chance determine. Perhaps this might turn out a psalm, perhaps turn out a sermon. You'll try the world soon, my lad, and Andrew dear, believe me, you'll find mankind an uncas squad, and muckle they may grieve ye. For care and trouble set your thought, even when your ends are tainted, and all your views may come to naught, when every nerve is strained. I'll no say men are villains all, the real hard and wicked, who hae nae check but human law, or to a few restricted, but ocht, mankind are unco weak, and little to be trusted. If self the wavering balance shake, it's seldom right adjusted. Yet they we foreign fortune strife, their fate we shouldna censure, for still at the important end of life they equally may answer. A man may hae an honest heart, yet poortith oorly stare. A man may take a neighbour's part, yet hae nae cash to spare him. Aye, free I've had your story tell, when we a bosom crony, but still keep something to yoursel, ye scarcely tell to own it. Conceal yoursel as well as ye can from critical dissection, but keep through every other man with sharpened, sly inspection. The sacred lure will place love, luxuriantly indulge it, but never tempt the illicit rove, though Nathan should divulge it. I waive the quantum o' the sin, the hazard of concealing, but ocht, it hardens all within and petrifies the feeling. To catch Dame Fortune's golden smile, a serious weight upon her, and gather gear by every while that's justified by honour, not for to hide it in a hedge, not for a train attendant, but for the glorious privilege of being independent. The fear of hell's the hangman's whip, to haud the wretch in order, but where you feel your honour grip, let that aye be your border. Its slightest touch, its instant pause, did bar all side pretences, and resolutely keep its laws with uncaring consequences. The great creator to revere must sure become the creature, but still the preaching can't forbear, nor even the rigid feature, but ne'er with wits profane to range, be complacence extended. An atheist laughs a poor exchange for deity offended. When ranting round and pleasure ring, religion may be blinded, or if she gie a random sting, it may be little minded. But when her life were tempest driven, a conscience but a canker, a correspondence fixed with heaven is sure a noble anchor. Adieu, dear amiable youth, your heart can ne'er be wanting. May prudence, fortitude and truth erect your brow undaunting. In ploughman phrase, God send ye speed, still daily to grow wiser, and may ye better reck the reed than ever did the advisor. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
folks, I'm Stephen Maloney. Please enjoy this video I've made for the Scottish Society of Ottawa's Burns 225 Rest in Poetry event that is happening live and virtually in 4 locations. All Saints event space, Deacon Brodie's pub and the Glen pub in Ottawa, as well as at the Globe pub in Dumfries, Scotland. Sláinte mhath. Hi folks, so today I'm coming to you from Burns Cottage, which you can see behind me in Ayrshire, in the little town of Alloway, and I'm going to just quickly head inside and then have a look at where Robert Burns was born. So just heading into the main entrance of the cottage now. It's stunning thatched roof, absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous. And into the actual main part of the house. So this would be the barn where they kept the animals, and then we'll go through to the back. Then the spence, then the kitchen. So here's the byre. Fascinating. Quite a decent sized house as well. Beautiful. And we're heading through to the spence. Probably where they would spend much of their time living here. It's the old fireplace there. It's gorgeous. Look at that picture. Inspired by language and learning. I can hear voices. Ooh. And into the kitchen. Look at the old stove. His clean earth stain, his thrifty wifey smell, the lisping infant prattling on his knee, does all his weary kirch and care beguile, and makes him quite forget his labour and his toil. The old spinning wheel. Oh look. Robert Burns born here, 25th of January 1759.
This last video, it's just internet speeds and we're at peak time, so we're going to try one more shot. Team and helping put all this together. So again, a huge effort. Heather Thierret in getting a lot of the videos, and Ronnie O'Byrne from the Robert Burns World Federation and his poetry, Elizabeth McDonald, and helping secure Stephen Maloney's tour, which is excellent tour. So we're hoping we can get that back up for you. Again, the pipers, Jenny Putinsky, Donald McDonald was at the Glen. The dancers, Kaylee, Celia, Allison, and Abby have done a wonderful job doing some live dancing, and they were super excited to get out and perform for you. And are we good to try this? No? Yep, okay. We're gonna push the go button.
Hello folks, I'm Stephen Maloney. Please enjoy this video I've made for the Scottish Society of Ottawa's Burns 225 Rest in Poetry event that is happening live and virtually in 4 locations. All Saints event space, Deacon Brodie's pub and the Glen pub in Ottawa, as well as at the Globe pub in Dumfries, Scotland. Sláinte. Hi folks, so today I'm coming to you from Burns Cottage, which you can see behind me in Ayrshire, in the little town of Alloway, and I'm going to just quickly head inside and then have a look at where Robert Burns was born. So just heading into the main entrance of the cottage now. The stunning thatched roof, absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. And into the actual main part of the house. So this would be the barn where they kept the animals, and then we'll go through to the byre, then the spence, then the kitchen. So here's the byre. Fascinating. Quite a decent sized house as well. Beautiful. And we're heading through to the spence. Probably where they would spend much of their time living here. It's an old fireplace there. It's gorgeous. Look at that picture. Inspired by language and learning. I can hear voices. Ooh. And into the kitchen. Look at the old stove. His clean earth stain, his thrifty wifey smell, the lisping infant prattling on his knee, does all his weary ciach and care beguile, and makes him quite forget his labour and his toil. The old spinning wheel. Oh look. Robert Burns born here, 25th of January 1759. His younger brother, younger sister, and younger sister. Oh, that's giving me goosebumps even looking at that. Graffiti on the door. There's more graffiti on the door through here. And back out into the gardens. Oh look, they're growing vegetables. Curly scarlet, dwarf green, looks like cauliflower. Wow. So I'm just walking up the wee main street in Alloway here, and then we can see the cottage from the front. Robert Burns, the Ayrshire poet, was born in this cottage on 25th of January AD 1759 and died 21st of July 1796, age 37 and a half. So I'm now going to head along Poet's Path to the Museum Gardens, Alloway Old Kirk, where William Burns is buried, and the Brigadoon. So, now, I'm no Burns expert, but I reckon this is to a moose. I don't know. I might be wrong. Alloway Old Kirk Burns Museum. So what's that way, is it? Well, that's a school there. Museum and Gardens. Alright. So we just crossed that little wooden bridge and we're now at the Burns Museum. Fascinating. Looks quite cool. And there's a cafe inside, so I'm quite happy about that. Birthplace of a genius. So I've done the museum, fascinating, and it's included in the price of the admission to Burns Cottage, which is about half a mile away. I'm now going to head to Alloway Old Kirk, where William Burns is buried. I'm going to try and find his grave, and I'm going to find Brigadoon and something else. What was the other thing? Oh, the Burns Memorial. So stay tuned. So I've found it. Got literally a 2-minute walk from the museum. All the next view. Like it. So there's the new parish church. The museum's just up the end there. And there's Alloway Old Kirk. Right, time to try and find the gravestone of William Burns. Oh, it's right in front of me. I was going to stop the video there. Oh my goodness. Sacred to the memory of William Burns, the farmer in Lochley who died on the 13th of February 1784 in the 63rd year of his age, and of Agnes Brown, his spouse, who died on the 14th of January 1820 in the 88th year of her age. She was interned in Bolton Churchyard, East Lothian. Oh, we'll need to find that out. So that looks like a new stone, and that's like the original stone there. It's all worn away. Here we go there. This is the grave of Robert Burns' father, William. Robert wrote lines on the back of the stone. Let's go and have a look. What a stunning old kirk. Oh look, oh look, oh look. This is cool. O ye whose check the tear o' pity stains, draw near the pious reverence and attend. Here lie the loving husband's dear remains, the tender father and the generous friend, the pitying heart that felt for human woe, the dauntless heart that feared no human pride, the friend of man to vice alone a foe, for even his failings leaned to virtue's side. Beautiful. So I'm standing just over from William Burns' grave, and then you can see a better view of the ruinous Old Alloway Kirk. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? And then across the road you have the new kirk, and then the road that takes you up to the museum. Fabulous. Right, we need to go and find Brigadoon. So now coming into the Burns Monument and Gardens. This looks absolutely spectacular. This was built in the early 1800s, 1828 I think it was built. Isn't it gorgeous? Wow. Stunning place. Oh, look at the gardens. Spectacular. So hopefully I can find a little room with the statues. Oh, I think it might be in here. Look at that. definitely a picture to take. Statue's entrance, here we go.
Mr. B.C. Wines has taken my young wife Kate's advice. She told me real there was a skellum, a blethering, blustering, drunken blellum that frae November till October, in market day there wasn't a summer. That ilka welding in the miller, how sat as long as thou had summer. That every knee was caught a shoe on, the smith and he got roaring through on. That at the Lord's house, even on Sunday, they drank with Captain Jean till Monday. She prophesied that late or soon there would be found.
So we're actually going to go inside the Burns Monument here. Oh, look at this. That's magnificent. Beautiful. Oh, look at this. Look at the door. Looks American. Oh, how pretty is this? It's not for the unfit though. There's a little atrium we just saw. Hopefully we'll get some stunning views from up here. Oh, Brig of Doon Inn and the gardens. Oh, this is gorgeous. So pretty. And there's just catching the Brig of Doon over there. That's the Brig of Doon, but I'm not getting a very good view of it because of that tree. So just heading down to the Brig of Doon, and this has caught my eye, this monkey puzzle tree. Oh my god, it's stunning. Look at the detail on that. I love monkey puzzle trees at the best of times, but that is stunning. So I'm going down this little flight of steps here, and the Brig of Doon is just at the other side of the road, which is cool. And the gate's open, that's an added bonus. Oh, look at this. Brig of Doon. I need to find the best bit to take a picture of it. Where Tam O'Shanter met his fate. Brig of Doon. Look at that. Isn't that a bit good? So this is definitely the money shot here for the Burns Monument. What I want to try and do is get in those gardens down there and get a picture of the bridge, because there's the bridge just here, the famous Brig of Doon. Hopefully I can get down there and then look and get a nice picture of the bridge. That's a cracking view of the Burns Monument, yeah, beautiful. So I've managed to get into these gardens. I think they're part of the Brig of Doon Hotel, but I just sneaked in and looked daft. So they got a nice view of the River Doon flowing quite fast there. It's beautiful. And I wish I'd get rid of these trees. On that might make a good frame point. There's the Brig of Doon, dating back to about the 1400s, I think. Wish these stones would be quiet. There we go. Look at that, the famous Brig of Doon. And I think that's the money shot. Beautiful. So as we come back up the road from the Brig of Doon, we have the absolutely stunning Brig of Doon Hotel. Isn't that absolutely breathtaking? Brig of Doon House, established 1827. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to head back up towards the car now, in that direction. It's a stunning part of Scotland. Beautiful. So guys, that's me back in the van now. Had a really nice day out actually, really enjoyed it and learned quite a few things. So hope you enjoy the video of Robert Burns country. I certainly did. So thanks for watching and have a nice day guys. Cheers.